Okay, so the last week, what we did this is about the operating system, right? So operating system, this is the topic we are talking in the last class, right? So as I told you, operating system, OS is a nice innovation. So it innovated on the third generation of computer. So in the third generation only operating system was initiated. So after operating system initiated only, most of the people were using computer because it's easy. You can do lots of work, right? And computer can easily handle instructions. So many advantage. So now also we are using operating system. There are so many categories and versions. Different operating systems are there. So this chapter we are going to talk about that. So initially, you see now this is a diagram explaining about operating system. So initially, this is the hardware component, right? Computer machines full of hardware, right? Nowadays, hardware component. So the hardware components will be controlled by the operating system initially. So operating system, first operating system, we call that as a kernel mode, right? So now we have kernels, we are using something called Linux kernel. Linux is a kernel now for all the operating system. Kernel means it's something like we say foundation. So if you want to build a building, first you have to put some foundations, no? So first you have to have a foundation. So when the foundation is built only, you can build the building. So the kernel is something like foundation, right? Foundations of operating system. So the kernel is uh, is the place where you transfer the data from user interface to the hardware, right? So that is a very basic operating system kernel. So now operating system mean you have to imagine not our Windows 10 or Windows XP, because that is a very advanced operating system. Some basic operating system also there. For example, you see fridge have some controlling, and even AC, then washing machine operating system. So initially, even the AC have a small OS where you can you can give some instruction, and it will increase the fan speed, temperature, and it off the motor on the motor. So like this, it will do the functionality. So fridge and TV and AC, all that have the basic operating system, right? Those are the very basic small operating system, right? That is based working on the kernel operating system, right? So then the second level of operating system is the user interface, right? So it will give you, the operating system will give you a nice interface or user interface program to work to the customer. So this user interface operating systems only we are using in computers, right? So Windows 10, Windows 11, to Windows 10, Windows 7. Then you have Android operating system, iOS. So those are with the user interface and also with a special program. So operating system, then you have to install the app. No? So every OS you will install the application, Viber, WhatsApp, Zoom. So these kind of application. So those are we call as app. So after introducing these two, user interface and app only, the operating system become very famous, right? So it become very famous, and most of the devices they have the operating system is because of these two. So only if the kernel is there, it's something like where your fridge and TV and washing machine. So most of the people, they don't like to work, right? So after introducing this particular user interface design plus the apps only, it become very famous, right? So this is we call user mod, right? These two component we call user mod. This is we call kernel, right? So remember that. And all these together we call as a software. Software is a single word. You can have everything here, right? So software three component, operating system is there, user interface is there, and also applications are there. That is the hardware. Okay, so that is the basic idea about operating system. right? So here also there is a node operating systems software is enable the computer hardware or communicate the operations. Okay, so this is the second thing. And purpose of having an operating system. So why we have to have operating system? Last week also we discussed about this, helping to make the portable versions and so likewise. Okay, so these are the types of operating system. As I told you, two types are there: single user, single task type. Then real-time operating systems are there. So real-time operating systems are working on real time. So now Windows 7, Windows 10 current operating systems are real-time operating system. Single user, single task operating system also there. That is a DOS kind of operating system, right? So DOS is a single user, single task operating system. Then this is also some other types of operating system. Single user multitask is there, multi-user multitask is there. So single user multitask means one user can do many work. It's called single user multitask, right? So one user can do many work at a time. So Microsoft operating system, Apple Mac OS, these are the example of this category. Right? Single user. Now your computer operating system or your phone operating system coming under single user multitask. We are using computer now for the class, that is single user, because single user means one user. You only can use at a time. Multitask. You can do many works. That is one. The next category is multi-user multitask. Right? Multi-user multitask means many users can do many work at a time. That is we call multi-user multitask. Right? Many users. So server operating system, likewise, right here virtual machine, MBS, Linux. So these are what mainframe operating systems are coming on multi-user. So that means multi-user multitask means in one computer at a time many users can do something like this. So here one computer. So in a single time, many users can work with the same computer in a different place, right? So best example is when you go to bank, right? You see there is an operating system, it's multi-user, multitask. So all the terminals are there, ATM machines will be connected, cashier machine, everything will be connected to a mainframe, a main computer. Then everybody will be accessing this computer and they are working in this computer. So that is we call multi-user. At a time, many users can do and they can work many tasks, right? Uh, Then about type of operating system, okay, right? So then we have distributed operating system, embedded operating system, mobile operating system, batch processing operating system, online, offline processing. So like, then this also we learn the last few functions of operating system, and yeah, there are two parts of functions of operating. So again, I'll brief you. So what are the functions of operating system? What are the function of OS? First one is controlling the backup storage, input device and output devices, peripheral devices, right? So the first functions of operating system is what? Controlling everything. That is the main function, right? Controlling the backup storage. So it will control the backup storage in hard disk kind of thing. Input devices, output devices, and peripheral. So it will control the peripheral devices. First functions, right? Second functions of operating system is transferring the program into out of memory, right? So that means it deal with memories, right? Memory means we have a RAM, right? So when you run a program, transferring of program and to the memories, likewise, it will do the dealing with transferring maybe. Second function. Third, organize the use of memory according to the requirement. So it will basically use the memory usage, right? So normally now, if you take your computer, right, when you go to Task Manager, right, when you go to Performance, now you can see your main computer work is this, right? So first it will do memory management. This is memory. Memory means our RAM, right? So in our computer, so we have RAM. So it basically managing my RAM. So how much used RAM is there, how much standby free memory is there, like that. It will drawing a graph and taking all my process, Zoom software, Chrome software, likewise it will taking all my process. Okay, right. So it is taking all my process and what basically doing is managing the memory. So this is also one of the functions of operating system, right? Operating system organizing and use of memory according to the requirement. Fourth one, organize the processing time between the program and the user. So that also is good. Yeah, CPU processing time. So it will run all the services, right? And it will handle the processor. So my processor working graph, how it is working like that. It will do the processor management also. So the third function is it will handle the processing between the program, right? Then also has security access rights for the user. So it also controls the security when the user is accessing or what are the other components are coming. Like it deal with accessing of security. Then operating system will deal with the errors and the user instructions. So if any errors are coming, it will catch the errors and it recorrect and show to the user, and user instructions. Those are done by the operating system. So then operating system will be allowed to store the necessary document in the backup storage in the different format, right? So you can store the information into C drive, D drive, into the different format. Right? So that is also done by the operating system, right? Backup storage. Then interface between the user and computer. So operating system will be giving a nice interface, yeah, a nice colorful interface with a button to handle. So that also one of the functions of operating system, right? So it gives the between the user interface. Not only that, then other operating system function is file management. It will manage the file, right? Operating system moving, editing file, deleting the file. So as a file management operating system provide lots of functions such as creating a file directory, renaming a file, copying and moving, deleting, all that functionalities it will do, right? So that also it will do file management. Then operating system will be content switching and scheduling. So allow you the processor timing and executions. So it will be allowing our processor to manage the time and execution. Then the memory management, right? Manage the memory, that will the processor memory, as I told you before, right? Then communication. So it's allow the user to communicate also. So communicate the processing, running processing, and communicate with each others, right? So these are the major functionalities of operating system. Why we use operating system is only for this purpose, right? Otherwise, it's very difficult to control the hardware because we don't know the hardware programming. So we don't need to work with the computer. So these are the main functions. So in the assignment also there is a question functions of operating system. So better if you note down
Of
this,
operating system.
it will be easy. Okay. So shall we write down? Okay, just write down heading functions of operating system. Okay, so let's write heading functions of operating system.
எடுத்தது யாருல?
Are you writing, students?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Hello, good morning, miss. Oh, morning, miss. Hello. So if you're done, just tell me. I'll change the slide.
Done, sir.
Then others.
No, sir.
Done, sir.
Others. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Morning, Grace. Yeah, the 10 மணிக்கு class இருக்குல்ல teacher education. Hello? Okay, students. If you're done, just tell me, yeah? Progression is done.
No, sir.
Okay. Previous slide, okay, no? This is okay, no? Anybody writing this still? No, no?
Okay, done, sir.
Done, sir.
Okay. Everybody, okay?
Okay, done, sir.
Okay, so we move to the next one. Students, give me 1 minute. 1 minute. I will. 1 minute. Just 1 minute. Okay, so now we start. So remember, these are the functions of operating system. Functions of operating system. Because in the question also there is a in the assignment also there is a question. No? I'll just show you. Uh, this is investing operating system part, right? So what are the three main purpose of operating system? Right there. So then here batch operating system, real-time operating system, network operating system. So regarding these three, you have to write a small note, right? So there is also one question. Then this computer selection. So operating system, investing in or investigation on operating system will be having a separate task. One task will be there. So these two part. Now you can write answers. Three main purpose of operating system. So then you can write what purpose, right? And you have to write a small uh, description about following operating system type. So that also you can write, right? Okay. Uh, so then we move to the next one, that is responsibilities of operating system. So as you all know, operating system will be have responsibility on this area: user interface, security, multitasking, peripheral management, and memory management. Right. So these are the five area the operating system will be get responsibility. Right. It get the responsibilities on this one. Then about the user interface. So user interface means, as you all know, it will give you a very colorful interface. So the first time, the old user interface we call as a command line interface. This is the first interface, right? The user interface. User interface also there is 5 type of interface there. So command line interface is a DOS operating system. Example for command line interface is DOS, right? So DOS operating system is a command line interface. Uh, Graphic user interface, that is our current operating system, say Windows 7 or Windows 10, even Android operating system, iOS, graphical user interface operating system, right? Then we have some menu based interface also there. Menu, like Word example, menus only will be there, right? You have to select the menus and go. So nowadays you don't find the menu based interface because most of the things, icons and everything will come. So no menu based interface. Then next one, basic interface. So that is a form basic. Form based, earlier we used to have the form based interface, which have only the buttons, icons, and so on like that. So that is form based interface. Then the natural language interface. That is the normal current language interface. Right? We call that as a natural language. So that is also one other interface, right? So now we will write down these two. Right, heading responsibilities of operating system, and we'll write down this. Okay, so that is the responsibilities of operating system on the portal.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
No, sir. 1 minute, please. Okay, sir. Done.
Okay, so we'll write down this also, right? User interface. So good morning, students. Are you here?
Yes, sir.
So if you're done, just tell me.
Sir, don't ask like that, sir.
Hi.
Then only they will say done.
So you're right. You're right. I'll give you some time.
Sir, draw பண்ணணுமா?
Oh, then draw பண்ணிக்கோங்க இதுக்கு.
Okay, sir.
Done, sir.
Uh, okay, so next we are going to write. So I'll give you 1 minute break. So just stay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, right. So we will continue from here. Okay, students, are you all online? Yes.
Yes, sir.
So we'll start from here, right? So then the balancing user interface design. Then there are another two: memory management, peripheral management, and multitasking securities, right? So this is these are the responsibilities of operating system we call, right? Uh, User interface, okay, right. Second, we talk about the memory management, right? So what is memory management is managing the computer hardware memories, right? So in the task manager I shown you, so that is the main component. So what is under the memory management is, right? So basically it do the time management, right? So memory, it put the data from a process data. For example, if your RAM is this, okay, so if your RAM is this, if this is your data, now it will pull the data and put it to the RAM, and again the data will be rearranged. So based, check the timing, right? Loading time, execution time, combine time, and also it will transfer the instruction to one place to another place. That is we call as a memory management, right? Managing the RAM and transferring the information, right? So this is no need of much heading. Just put memory management and write down this point fully and these words. Okay, so we'll write down not fully, yeah, just heading memory management, and we will put this and these are these words. Okay, so we'll write down that.
Okay, sir.
Okay, no? Right. So next one we'll write this peripheral device management. Write it fully. I'll explain this.
Okay, sir.
So okay, no. So this is peripheral management. So this is the next topic of operating system function, right? Peripheral management mean as a notes you can understand. So it is basically managing the input output devices, something like monitor, web camera, scanners, peripheral tables, and like that. So it's basically managing all that. Right. So that is called peripheral management. And the last one, multitasking. Okay. So next one is multitasking and the security, right? Only two areas are there. So multitasking mean working many at a time, right? Doing many works at a time. We call multitasking. Then the security. Security is the final one. Okay. So we'll write down these two. Then I'll explain it again. Write down multitasking.
Okay, sir.
Okay, right. So these are the last two area, right? One is multitasking, right? So the multitasking mean many works doing at time, right? So multiple programs running at a time we call as a multitasking. So this is also one of the functionalities of operating system, right? So multitasking, and it is working on real-time system right now. At the time now, this computer also doing many work. Uploading something on a Zoom, right, and displaying on PowerPoint, then hearing visuals, like so many works at a time. So that is also one of the functionalities of operating system. We call that as a multitasking. It works with CPU. Based on the CPU capacity, the multitasking will be differ. How many billion instruction can handle will be differ according to the CPU, right? So that is the multitasking, and the final one is the security part. So security part means the operating system will be responsible for system security. So inbuiltly, the operating system have a concept called firewall, right? So software firewall will be there. So inbuiltly, it will come with all the operating system, which is trying to connect, right? Connect or prevent from outside network. So who can attack hackers, and likewise they will always prevent from firewall. And also for the security reason, there's the update. Every time there will be new update comes, whatever the errors, they will correct the errors, and operating system always update. And they have the different accounts, right? Operating system have different accounts to work with this, right? So software updating, firewall, accounts management, these are the things which is available in the operating system for the security, right? So those are the key points about this functionalities of operating system, right? So why I have discussed and told you to write is because based on that you can do some researching, and you can do some answering for these two, right? These two, and here there is something called, they are asking to explain about these terms, right? So backup, disk cleanup, disk defragment, and system restore. That's the task 2.3 question is, right? So they are asking you to do this, right? Do a small explanation about backup. So what you have to do is you have to search this into the internet, and you have to find out what is backup and how to do the backup and all the steps like that. You have to write these answers. So this also can be done in your assignments, right? Uh, then the last one is you have to explain about, list down two new technologies in the platform, right? So two new technologies in the computer platform, network platform and computer platform, human and media platform. In these three area, right? In these three area, you have to give new technology. What is the new technology came in network platform, right? So what are the new technologies came in networking? Networking area, what are the new technology? And second is computer area. So what are the new computer innovated, and what are the new computers in the world introduced on last years, so like that. And this is human and media performance. Human and media means something like doctors or 3D animations, right? Media sites and human interconnectively. What are the new technology came? So what you have to do is list down two new technologies, right? So one category you have to come up with two new technology and you have to describe about that technology, right? So it is 40 marks given for that particular answer. So what they are expecting is you have to search about the latest technology in networking, latest technology in computer, and the latest technology in human and media platform, right? So you should find the latest technology and write like a small description. So those are the areas there on the operating system part, right? Three main purpose, and this is the other one, right? Types of operating system, and these are the descriptions of these four, and these are the new technologies available on these three areas, right? So if you write this fully, second you can get the 100 marks, right? For this particular task, right? So we have already discussed task number one, some questions, right? Task number two, fully okay, you can do it, right? Then we have task number three, that designing a computer and testing a computer. So we have actually two more tasks to be completed for our assignments, right? So now is seventh. So we have another two classes. Probably within another one class, I will be covering the computer selection, and also another one class I will be covering the testing part. So when within two classes, I mean within this particular week, April this week, you can able to complete these two. Then you have to write the answers. Now, as I told you in the previous class, right, I told you how to do assignment. So same way you can start now. Uh, don't depend on the extended deadlines, right? Now work for the deadline. At least show some working area. Then if I see that you're working, I will give you some extension, right? So now you feel, some people are saying feel difficulty to work. So at least the completed area, if you did it and show me, then you will get the exemption. Don't ask the full exemption. Nothing I have did says, can you give 2 weeks exemption? I can't give, but we can give you what? If you are really working it, really if you have answered some question, pendings are there. Right now, you have completed task number two fully and one fully, only three is pending. Or like this, if you have a case by case, I can give you like 1 or 2 week exemptions, right? So very important to do the assignment. Yeah. Yes.
So I have finished task one. In the task one, 1.3.
One point. This one.
Yes.
Memory register.
Yes. I have finished.
Yeah, that is. You have finished.
Yes.
Ah, that's great. Okay. So likewise, you're trying to answer the others or other question also, and trying to complete and keep. Then we can. Then you show that, and we can give you the exemption based on the your activity. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes. Now this two you can fully complete. 3 and 4 we will keep it, right? Okay, right. Right. So that's about this, right? Operating system. So because I have another class, here, to start now. So I'm stopping the class now, right here. So too early today, right? So now after the class, you sit in the computer. Half an hour is more, no? Just trying to read the assignments. Don't just log off and go. Trying to read the assignments and see if you have any doubts. Just mark it and keep it with you, right? If you have any doubt or any question, then the next class you can ask. Or if you're already done, you're just trying to do the assignments, right? Phone also, you're trying to search it in the Google and paste it in a notepad or somewhere other places and save it. Later, if you have got a PC, then you can work with this. But Word software can be installed to the phone also as an app, right? But it's not like you normal facility Word. A basic Word will come. So if you want to use that, then you can use that also. Otherwise, you keep all the links and everything in a safe place. Then you can put at everything is once and you can work.
Excuse me. Phone
Yeah.
செய்யுது சார்.
ஃபோன்லயா?
ஓ சார்.
ஓகே, ஃபோன்ல வந்து வேர்ட் அப்ளிகேஷன் இருக்கு, நீங்க டவுன்லோட் பண்ணுங்க. மைக்ரோசாஃப்ட் வேர்ட் வந்து அப்ளிகேஷன் இருக்கு ஃபோனுக்கு. அதை டவுன்லோட் பண்ணிட்டு உங்களோட ப்ரௌசர்ல போயிட்டு இந்த கேள்வியை கூகுள்ல நார்மலா சர்ச் பண்ணுங்க. சரியா? நீங்க அப்ப கூகுள்ல போயிட்டு சர்ச் பண்ணிட்டு அந்த லிங்க்ஸ் அது எல்லாத்தையும் காப்பி பண்ணி வச்சுக்கொள்ளுங்க.
ஓகே சார்.
ரைட். பிறகு நீங்க ஒரு நாள் கம்ப்யூட்டர் ஒன்று கிடைச்சா அது எல்லாத்தையும் டக்குன்னு ஒரு வேர்டுக்கு போட்டு செய்யலாம்.
ஓகே சார், தேங்க்யூ.
Okay, students. So I will stop the sessions here. Right, today a bit early. The next week we will continue the balance. Huh? Okay.
Okay, sir.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
God bless you.